Refresh chat. Let me close this. Sorry. Working now? Can you guys see me? Stream finished. Oh no. All right, let me close all this. YouTube channel. No, that's where I want to go. Go back. Okay. Sorry, stream. I'm trying to get this to work on Arena Social. This one. Reset stream key. Why is YouTube now asking to reset my stream key? This is so weird. I bought the upgrade. You guys see anything yet? Waiting for screen or camera. First, what's up? What is... Maybe if I just do this as a normal standalone stream. This is so weird. Create your own stream. All right, give me a sec. I might have to just do this as a separate stream. Save, join. Just share. Can you guys see the live stream? Yeah, I'm live right now. I'm really trying to figure out this like Arena Social thing or this like multi-stream. Gate my stream now. I don't know why this is not working. Do I have to have like 2 cameras or something? It's just so weird. Also, where did my live stream go? That's so weird. Do I have another one going? How'd you guys do on today's drop? Did you guys go for it? I apologize. I'm trying to figure out this arena on the fly. Recommended student streamers. I put in the server key and everything. No. All right, where's my active live stream? I don't see it. I guess I'll click on that. Man, I might have to just give up on Arena Social again. I can't navigate this, and I don't want to spend the first 30 minutes of my stream trying to figure it out. You guys can hear me, right? You guys can hear me? Let me fix the chat on the YouTube side. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just not working on Arena Social. I put in the stream key and everything. That's what I want. What's up, Choo Choo? Yeah, I'm trying to stream to Arena Social. I'm trying to do a dual stream through Streamlabs. I put in the stream key and everything in the URL, and it's like not picking it up at all. Ooh, that looks a little weird. All right, leave that. So I don't know what's going on here. Just like not letting me do it. Pro controller. Just says like keep waiting for your. Can you guys see anything on this? Also, I need to change my name to Digital Vibes instead of Veve Vibes. Actually, let me just forget it. Yeah, what is... All right, forget it. Deal with it later on a different day. I need to hit up Informant and figure out how he dual streamed, or I have to watch YouTube videos on how to do it. So, too last minute. That's fine. I thought I could kind of figure it out on the fly. What's up, G-Money? Pasternak? Thanks for stopping by. Adrodero, what's up, dude? Yo. Adrian Comics, Doctor Strange, what's good, dude? I watched some of your Stacking or Slacking, but I had to do other stuff. But yeah, I'll have to check out the rest of it. I mean, the X-Men comic tomorrow is pretty interesting. I think a lot of people are just going to sleep on it. You know, it's not Star Wars, whatever, but I could be wrong. I think there's only 5,000 mints or so. And I do think a lot of people are going to want those 1 through 10 runs for a lot of the covers, and X-Men being one of them. Yeah, for some reason, Arena Social is just like not working. I might mess with it occasionally on the side because it says I could just plug in my stream, plug in a stream key, but thanks for watching and congrats on the win. Oh, did I win something? Was that a comment or something you sent me? Let me see. Oh, did I win something? Yeah, thanks for the win. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to close the Arena Social tab. Just pretend like it's not there. We'll just deal with it another day. I just really, I just wanted to just do the exact same stream, just also on Arena Social. Like I don't care about meme crypto coins or anything like that. Really, it's just to kind of spread awareness about Veve and stuff. So another day I'll do it. It does seem like there's enough people on there to where people, honestly, even if we get 1% of the people on that platform to come over, I think that's a win. So at this point, I'm just trying to spread the word of Veve, even on different platforms and stuff. I do want to do multi-streaming now. Going forward and just follow the same content. Like I'm not going to change my content or anything at all. Like I might talk about other things slightly more, but other than that, no. One thing I am curious about is the cross-section helmet. That's one thing I want to track throughout the stream is just like, has anyone even opened the mints, right? Easiest way to do it is just to open it up. And then if you click on analytics, and then issue, if you just type in the mint number, like if we look at 501, doesn't exist yet. Ooh, someone did open 21. Wow, this person just got 21. Has anyone posted it? Whoever this user is just got 21 15 minutes ago. That's the lowest mint, right? ER. You guys see that? This guy actually opened number 21, so that's a big... that's like a big mint, right? Maybe I'll make a post about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna screenshot it really quick. Yeah, mint 21. Let me make a. Has anyone posted about it or said anything? I'm gonna do it right now. Let's go back. Oh no, that's the thing. That's crazy. So that guy, I mean, if he trades it to David Yu, right? He just got himself 2,000 doll hairs, right? Let's take a look. Let me close this. how would I phrase it? Not, well, Mint 21 has been open, but all right, let me post it here. I'm just gonna post it really quick. So you have to be, I'm gonna spend all day posting this, but gotta put all the tags and all that stuff. Who is it again? ER99. Who is that? Is there someone go by ER99? It's not that person, is it? Does anyone know who that person is? Let me look on Veve. Whoop. That's not what I meant to do. Is there someone by the name of ER99? Yeah, it should be there. Do you have an X account or anything? Twitter. Is this too much? Gonna make this long. 1970, not 790. Here, I'll do that. There we go. I just posted it. All right, easy enough. Okay, just want to point that out. I was gonna actually just track the bounties throughout the stream, and I guess by the time I posted the video or posted the thumbnail for the stream, and by the time I started the stream, looks like someone got, okay, so someone's got 21. So the other ones are 501st and 1977. Yeah, neither of those have been opened yet. So it looks like one of the bounties has been kind of accomplished. Prop raised the bounty above David Yu and see. Oh, he did? Yeah, I was going to say, to be honest, I can almost guarantee you, I do think there are whales that will pay more, to be honest. Especially since, you know, you got the CEO of the company kind of setting the bar. There might be some people willing to spend a bit more on that. So who upped the thing? Prop? Prop? What's their Twitter handle? I will say, like, I'm honestly not on Twitter that much, and sometimes on X, there's still like 400 people I've still not added on Veve, and I have no idea, because I'll be honest, I don't hang out that much in Spaces or Discord. I'm kind of just on YouTube, and it does seem like there are some people in like the Veve space, I think just in general, right? And all communities, they kind of congregate to certain social platforms and stuff. I like YouTube just because it's like immediate, right? You can like talk back and forth, at least on when a props bounty. I mean, it's either he pays up or he doesn't, right? I'm assuming they just want you to like list it and they just buy it for whatever the gem amount is, like agreed upon amount is. So we'll see. If they don't, then you just take David Yu's bounty. I mean, I would, but we'll see. Jeez. Put my drink over here. So yeah, one of the bounties is still live, but if someone else is paying more, then obviously I would take it. So I'm really curious how many of these Mos Espa arenas have been minted. How many did Veve withhold on these? Or like 80. I mean, it looks like there's been like, how many of these have been minted? I could just look it up. Mos Espa Grand Arena. How many of them are there? wonder if this is going to show up weird because it's like a craft. He doesn't have a bounty for 21, just 77 and 501. I was going to say, like, he probably got the better end of the deal getting 21, because 501st, I do think a lot of more people are willing to pay money for 501 than 21, in my opinion, because 501 is like relevant to Star Wars all over. 21 is like first public mint. I mean, people still pay a premium for it, don't get me wrong, but kind of getting that guaranteed amount from David Yu, at least if he wants to follow through with it, that'd be cool. Agreed, yeah. So, I mean, I would rather have the 501st. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't know what's up with this. It's not really loading it. It says in circulation this amount, but like how many are actually active? And Mr. Rolex looks like he got 3 of these. Mad Murdoch. Craft. Market. Okay, there's been a few market purchases, but mostly crafts on this, right? I mean, obviously the only way to get it is to craft it. I'm actually going to check the prices on these really quick, like the pod racers. I almost thought about going for pod racers. I'm like, all right, I know it's 90 gems, but you get 3 free bases as well as the arena. And I'm like, all right, between all of those, it's a lot of stuff to sell. But if you really wanted to go all out and buy all of them, you'll get you'll get 7 items total, right? 3 pod racers, 3 bases, and then the arena. Like, all right, if you sell all of those, will you get your gems back? Maybe, at least with the ultra rares, maybe. I mean, the floor on these bases, at least for the ultra rares, are obviously a bit higher. For some reason, I don't know why this one's much higher. It's 3. Okay, Anakin going for 20. That's going for half. Probably not. I think it's one of those things where it's like if 2 of your 3 end up being an ultra rare, like you might break even. Maybe get a small amount of profit depending on like which ultra rare you get, because it's a Gascano. Anakin, Sebulba. Where's the other pod racer? All right, I'm just going to type in pod racer. Is that all one word? Yeah, it is. Okay. That's what I figured. Oh, I didn't even look at the Pitroids. What are Pitroids going for? 139. Wow. Okay. I do love me some Pitroids. This is one. Ben Quadranaros. 32. Wow, this one's actually like profitable. I don't know if it's just like the meme potential or what, but I thought this one has the same amount of mints. Yeah, 1,000. And 1,000, yeah. Are there 878 of those left, whereas this one... They're about the same. There's like same amount in store. Only difference is like this one has 15 and one has 13. Yeah. For some reason, this ultra rare is just like half the price of the other one. I think it's just the meme potential of this ship flying apart, right? That's the very, very beginning of the movie, or at least right before the race started. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, this same men, same amount of them got bought roughly, same amount are in the market roughly. Yeah, this one's like half the price, so it's kind of interesting. Just put up another tab over here. Zoom out here. People just responding to my post. Okay. Not leaderboards. Why am I on this page? All right, let me clean up my tabs really quick. All right. Cool, yeah, so there's the pod racers. I mean, that's pretty much... I didn't really go for any myself, to be honest. I just bought a cross-section helmet yesterday for 3 gems. There was someone listing them for like a gem each, but I just couldn't snipe them fast enough. I'm trying to remember who it was, but there was someone like flooring them for like a gem each for a little bit, which is obviously nice. But Pixel Trader wants to know how long till SR Grogu flips Todd. Who knows? I mean, it could, right? There is 7,500 Todds, yet there's less than 1,000 Grogus, at least in active circulation. So, I mean, it could happen. Maybe you want to stack Grogus instead of Todds. Maybe I just keep buying Grogus. That's hard to say. I do think overall, I do think Todd's going to perform very well, but I do think like price per collectible versus mints and all that stuff, like I do think Todd is going to probably do better just because it has too many firsts towards its name. And plus, like, Todd appeals to, you know, people that like Batman, that like DC or superheroes or the NFT space or just the first ofs or the FA or like whatever it is, you know, or it's also a piece of like VV history. Like, it has so much stuff going for it that it's kind of hard to not want to get the very first collectible ever created on VV. So I think Grogu's going to do fantastic. I think Grogu's pretty much like a top 10 collectible on the app easily. Maybe even like a top 5, but we'll see how it plays out, right? It still hasn't had a bull run yet, kind of like Miles Morales or anything like that. Miles Morales, I think he happened towards like the end of last year's bull run maybe, or maybe it was kind of during like the bear market. I don't remember. Starting to wonder about VV's contract with DC. Been a while since we've had a DC drop. That is very true. It does seem like obviously DC's reaching out to other platforms. Maybe they're doubling down on like the Candy platform and they might have stuff planned for other stuff. I don't know. But yeah, DC's kind of like spread their roots pretty far when it comes to like Web3 projects. Marvel and Disney, a little bit less so, even though they did go with like Cryptoys and Disney Pinnacle and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm kind of curious too, because I would still like to get the rest of the Justice League, you know, like Martian Manhunter and Aquaman and all that, just to say you can have the team, right? The whole team on VV, you know, as the first appearance and all that stuff. But we still got the big ones, right? Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all those. So let's see. What is the floor price of Grogu currently? That is so interesting. Oh, yeah, that's mine. On the floor. Might have to withhold him now that Pixel Trader's got me thinking. Now, I guess I would say maybe in my mind that, like, I bet you Grogu might, like, price-wise might outpace Todd, but, like, the Todd market cap is still going to be very, very, very high. Obviously, between the mints and how much it is, so. What else do we have going on? Is that it for Star Wars? I'm trying to remember. Where's the blog? I'm trying to remember if Hazard. I didn't see this drop. This Hazard drop? Have you guys seen this? Did Vivi tweet about this? When did they mention this drop? That's freezing. I don't think they have they? Or did they announce it somewhere? I don't know. Seems like an independent artist drop. Sometimes I like to watch to paint. This one actually looks kind of cool just because that guy's standing up there. Special edition. Okay. Okay, we'll have to check them out some other time. I'm not, unless the art like really speaks to me or something like that. I tend to not go after the independent artist stuff too much. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Star Wars, isn't it? Unless they have a surprise announcement, which I think they might have a surprise announcement. I know BE's been saying for a while, like, there's no way they basically can't have a. I would say there's no way that they can not have a drop on the 25th, which I think is this Sunday coming up, right? Yeah, this Sunday coming up. They might do one today, if not tomorrow, because I do think if it is a bigger announcement, I do think they tend to give a decent amount of lead time, like 3, 4, 5 days sometimes. I remember before Veve's thing was like always 2 days before. It was always, well, before I think it was always like 24 hours, then it was like 48 hours. And then now it just seems to be kind of like whenever. But I think they still typically do 2 days in advance when they announce stuff, for the most part. It's been kind of interesting because it's about, I wonder if anyone's ever asked Veve about like their drop schedule and how early in advance they announce it, or is that part of the contract? Like how do they have to announce it 48 hours in advance, or can they announce it sooner? Because sometimes they'll announce something at like a week out and then they'll announce 2 or 3 more things that are going to happen before that drop. So I always found that part to be pretty interesting. Let's see what, and I think I might have accidentally closed it, so. Let's see what's up and what's down on the market right now. Unfortunately, Stacker doesn't do like a great job of seeing like what's up and down. Like you have to look up very specific collectibles and then kind of extrapolate a lot of information from this. This is like very broad. I like using this this page a lot. Dude, what's up with my music? I thought it was. No, it's not the one. Yeah, this is the one I want. I was like, what does this mean? I think I put it on the wrong track or something. Okay. Patient Hodler, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Right now, we're just checking out the market really quick. I always have to put it on collectibles because sometimes when I leave it on everything, a lot of these $1 million comics show up or weird things happen with the small comics. So these are all the things that are pretty much at an all-time low right now. So a lot of these Kripkins and then the Unicornos, Alligator Loki, Lenectra, Mysterio. Man, dude, a Mysterio first appearance for $6 ain't bad. Like I said, it's getting to the point where stuff's getting pretty cheap. There's a lot of stuff to get, but it does add up very quickly. It's very easy to kind of jump around and be like, oh, the first appearance of this. And like then before you know it, you know, you're already hundreds of gems or thousands of gems in and you still only collected a quarter of the stuff you want. If you can afford it, yeah, go for it. Like even then, wow, SR Stanley, 60 gems, 1,000 mints. He's probably the next the next most popular like human we have on the app versus Walt Disney, right? Like him and Walt Disney, I think are the only like 2 essentially like humans, like real life people that have been turned into. Well, I guess there's all the Epico ones with like the team and Corey and My Collectibles and BV Magic, but I guess other than them, super significant. I mean, even David and Dan are significant, but historical figures, I'll say that. Stan and Walt Disney. So, VV Zombie, what's up? Smash the like button. Great stream. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Yeah, we're mostly just hanging out on the market. We've also been kind of keeping track on the bounty. If you guys didn't hear, someone actually did open. Where is it? Yeah, someone actually did open that cross section lowest mint. I'll just show you guys right now. Someone actually, yeah, like 15, 20 minutes ago, yeah, like 30 minutes ago, someone minted 21. So that's already someone that's gotten the bounty for the $1,900 from David Yu, at least if they wish to cash in on it. Also sounds like there could be other potential buyers offering more than what the current bounties are. So we'll see how that plays out. Or for different mint numbers altogether. So there is that. That's why I like Stacker. You can look at mint numbers, you can look at a bunch of information, but for like kind of like sweeping searches or things like that, I like using my NFT tracker for this. Like even these like Funko Iron Mans are at an all-time low. A lot of the Lambos too are getting pretty darn cheap. I meant to do that one of these days on stream, or I might have to like look it up ahead of time, try and find like the cheapest vehicles on Veve, at least between like Lambo and some of the other ones. Let's skip all of these. Are like recent drops. Okay, it's no longer showing any like all-time lows, but a lot of these collectibles here are at least close to their all-time low, even though they might not be. Yeah, like this one's all-time low is 9 gems, and right now it's going for 9.36 gems. So I like using my NFT tracker. What I'll typically do is look for what's at an all-time low, and if I feel like buying it or I like the price, like if you really like Slimer, right? 5,500 mints and interacts with the ghost trap. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it interacts with the ghost trap. So it's almost, that probably has to be one of the first like interactive. I don't like using the word utility because I think collectibles interacting with each other, like I guess it technically is utility. It's something that happens outside of the collectible itself, but yeah, it's less than 8 gems right now. It's essentially 8 gems. Let me zoom in one more for the Slimer. And it's an OG one, right? It's like a Season 1 collectible. Let's see. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. And dude, these logos are getting cheap. These old logos. I remember like contemplating selling this logo when it was like 150 gems. I think now it's down to 17, 18. The Cat Bronson. I remember people were loving this. I do know like the artist is relatively popular, but that's the kind of the hard thing I think with something with these like independent artists. I do think they can get new fans and stuff through Veve, but some of them are just so it's good as like spread awareness and stuff, but I think some of them are just so like regionally located, or like maybe they're only known in certain parts of like the US or very specific parts of the world and stuff like that. So it can be tough, but I mean this one does look cool. This one is going for 44 gems, so if you're ever considering getting kind of that Cat Bronson, it's available right now. And so yeah, and the rest of these are all going for relatively cheap. Close to all-time lows, but not quite. Like Wolverine, gosh, this thing was like 65 yesterday. Yeah, it's going for 61, 62 yesterday. Now it's down to 55. So someone's trying to get rid of their Wolverines. Let's see what's at an all-time high. Probably not very many things, considering this market. Wrong way. Sometimes when I do these all-time high, it's tough because it just shows a bunch of the artists art, like one-of-one arts, right? So technically, if they listed for any price higher than they've ever done it before, it's just going to stay at an all-time high. Actually, let's go back a little. This is too far. 4, or I can just do it up here. Okay, like this Sabretooth somehow. Maybe there's just like a thin floor or something like that. But right now, technically, the floor price for this Sabretooth is 40 gems right now. And so typically what I find is something that's at an all-time high, if I have it and I'm willing to get rid of it, I'll just undercut the floor pretty deeply to get rid of it. Because right now it's going for 40. Do I own one right now? I might. Let me see. Sabretooth. Let me look at my collection, actually. I do. And it's a 3-digit. Why is it telling me the floor is like 40? Is this old? Or is this out of date? All right, let's find out. Let's look up Todd. No, the price is $289. No, the price is right. I don't know why it's like, why is it 25 gems off from what's on the website? That's kind of confusing. Refresh. There we go. And whoever had that like Omi listing is just gone now. Yeah, why is it showing me that? Yeah, that's strange. I don't know what. Oh, you know what? Because I'm looking at the uncommon, not the rare. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I will say the stance looks pretty similar. Okay, I was looking at the wrong one. That's why. Yeah, I mean, between, I guess it depends, between the rare and the uncommon. Okay, so the rare is going for 40. So if you have a rare Sabretooth, not financial advice, and you want to get rid of it, it's at an all-time high. So, and if you undercut it some people might think it's a good deal, and then you can get rid of it. So for that Funko Iron Man, I picked up a sealed box. What's your thoughts on the future of that item, the Funko Iron Man? I think it's going to be a big deal, right? It was a big fidgetal item. I remember they gave the first one away at New York Comic Con back in 23. I was there for that. That was pretty cool. I think anything Veve related, anything physical and Veve related, whether it's the Marvel Veve physical like comics, right? I think I have some here. At least I thought I had some here. Let me see. I do. All right. We'll take off my glasses because it's kind of dark in here. Like all this stuff, I do think like my sunglasses are getting wild. Because I do think like this stuff too. I mean, like even these, right? It's like a Marvel Veve collab, all that. So I think anything Veve physical Marvel slash, it's going to be worth something in the future. At least if you believe in like the very long-term future of Veve, if it's going to be a household name, it's going to be the best digital collecting platform in the world. If you believe in all that stuff, yeah, people are going to want to collect for it, right? Whether they like the IP, some people might just like the products that people actually might like Veve as a company, like itself, right? Like there's kind of people that like, it's probably a bad analogy, but people like Tesla cars, but also people that like Tesla and kind of like what it represents and like pushing innovation and like technology. It's kind of the same thing with like Veve. I think people like the collectibles, but some people also just like Veve for like what it represents and all that stuff. So people are more inclined to like collect Veve logos and Veve physical items, like almost kind of collecting the history following along like Veve while, you know, it's uprising and while it's been doing well. It's like a household name. So I've been SR Mando framed art for 68 an hour ago. Let's go, dude. That's nice. The comic, right? I think it's like Mandalorian. I have to keep remembering that. For 65, yeah, that's pretty darn good, considering that I remember the floor being around 100, so that's good. Raven, what's going on? Has the bounty been minted? Technically, David Yu's bounty's been minted, so number 21 did get minted about 44 minutes ago. I did tag the person directly in the post. I haven't even read the responses to these yet. Oh, not yet. No one's really responded. They just kind of liked it. Oof. Where was I at? Oh, yeah, here. So 21 has been minted by this person. I don't know if they've approached David Yu or anything like that yet. 501 hasn't been minted. 77 hasn't been minted. 1977 hasn't been minted. Maybe I'll refresh this just in case. Yeah, nothing's been minted in a while, so. But that's wild. Yeah, someone got the lowest mint earlier. And how many do we have left in circulation? Cross section. We are almost halfway. We're pretty much at 50%. I don't know. I think we're technically at like 48% minted. So not even half of these have been minted yet. So there's still quite a lot of chasers and a lot of bounties out there. There's the 1977. Someone's going to get a 501st. Someone's going to offer for a 77. I'm sure there's other ones too. If someone picks up like a 1980 and 1980, like those years too, I'm sure someone's going to make an offer on those. Let's actually look to see if those have been minted. What other mint numbers would like someone pay a premium for? Okay, someone actually did mint a 1980. Am I able to see how much it went for? It just shows floor price. I don't think there is a way you can tell to see how much someone sold it for. There might be. Is there a way to? Because I think it only shows floor price anytime something is sold. Yeah, I thought the fact that the Funko was in a seal box and you don't know the rarity might. Oh, okay, it's still sealed. Okay, I thought you meant it's just opened and you already knew about it. Yeah, I mean, definitely sealed product could be good, right? Only catch 20. I wouldn't say catch 22 is that right? The QR code inside of it doesn't it only last like a year or 6 months or something like that. So um, QR code is pretty much null and void. So then, therefore, the collectible is going to be burned forever, or BB finds a way to give it back, or whatever. I don't know. But no, I think sealed product, all that stuff, right, or keeping comics in like nice conditions, like yeah, that's definitely going to increase the value. I think again, assuming VV pops off, it's a household name, people value these things, people want to go after them. So it's a speculative move, but I mean, every move comes with risk, right? At least a certain level of risk. I like it. I mean, I thought about doing something the same. It was just like I just don't want to deal with like storage incessantly. Comics are a bit easier, but I already have 3 Iron Man thingies in storage here. They're all open because I wanted to know what I got, right? But I think I just ended up getting 3 commons out of it. I would be a little, I won't say hesitant, but I would just kind of know, because I think a lot of people did find out a trick where based on like the serial number on the side of the box or whatever, they could pretty much guesstimate with a high certainty that like whether it's going to be a common or a certain rarity. I think that's how certain VV collectors managed to get some very high rarity stuff. Like they opened up like 20 boxes but ended up with like 2 SRs, 3 UR, like all these kind of things. It's just like, I think they kind of knew the serial box. So I would just kind of keep that in mind. How many Mando comics have been bought or minted? Good question. Let's check it out. If I can get to VV. Latest drops. Here. Let's see. Okay, we're going to have to do some math here. Usually should... I don't know why sometimes on these pages doesn't really tell you exactly. I mean, it does tell me exactly. Like I need to like pull up a calculator. How many of these are left? So 3150. We're a little bit more than half sold. So there's 3150 left. And there's 7,500 mint. So yeah, it's about 55, 60% sold out. It is getting to that point. Oh yeah, the comics. Wow. California Comics has 132 of these commons. What are they going for right now? I have a feeling there's some whales kind of scooping these up secretly while there's like other drops happening. Oh, come on. What if I did this? There we go. I'll remove the Star Wars part. Just put The Mandalorian. Why is it only showing me comics? There it is. People are still going to be minting these, but the price is going up a little bit. I mean, if someone just bought 20 of these, the price immediately goes to $2.50. So floors are still thin. I mean, there's still a lot left to be minted. SR Mint 1818 is special. Oh, what's up, Thanu? I don't know if it necessarily means anything. So typically, if I have a mint number and I don't know what it means, usually I just start Googling. I just Google like Star Wars 1818, Mandalorian 1818, Grogu, Mando. Like I kind of just do general searches and just see if something could be a special mint, or maybe it's part of like an in-lore reason, or it's like a character's birthday or something weird like that. You never know. But you have to remember, like, the more you have to search, the less likely it is for someone to just kind of like know off the top of their head, right? Typically what I say is like, if you have to explain your mint number, you're already 1 degree of separation of just like it easily being recognizable by someone, right? But there could be something to it. I mean, some people also just like nice sequential numbers, 1818. Sometimes I do that. Like if I see one on the floor and it just has like a clean mint, and even if it is like a tiny bit more or whatever, it's just like appealing. I don't know. Someone might buy it. That's just what I do. At least when I get a mint number and I'm just like completely unsure if it's like good or not. That, or you can ask someone. This guy even made his profile the SR. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the SR on these comics, they go up some pretty quickly. I wonder what's the top holder of the SR. Ooh, Veve Wheels has got 2. Mr. Hackadoodoo, I don't know who that is. Wow, I'm surprised I don't see California Comics or any of these guys like up here. Maybe I'm willing to bet he might be just sweeping the floor in the secondary rather than trying to mint a bunch. I could be wrong. Because to be honest, with you can either mint 1 comic or you could buy 3 commons on the floor for the same price. Yeah, no problem, Thanu. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see here. Let's go back to here. Okay, there we go. I did pick up another T-Rex. I need to start looking at collectibles that are like under 5 gems, and I need to make that video at some point of stuff to collect under 5 gems. What's the floor price on the Beskar ingots? Dude, this 15 gem listing has been here forever. I'm keeping a close eye on it though, because I could be wrong. Not financial advice, 110% speculation, but I think there might be something to these Beskar ingots. Let's see if anything in the description kind of gives it away. No, it just mentions the drop. I think it's wishful thinking, and it would be pretty cool to be able to craft things that came from another craft, and then you almost kind of get a little craftception going on. Once we start getting into that point where you can almost do a craft of a craft, I think Veve could do something like that with comics, right? You put together 5 commons, you craft it, you get a unique cover. But if you do like a whole set, you do common through SR, you get a whole different comic, and then you can craft it even more. You get 3 of those, something like that. I know it sounds a little like MMO-ish or just like a lot of grinding, where it's just like, all right, I gotta craft 9 of these to get down to 3, and then I craft those to get down to 1, and then this is the actual one thing I want, which can be a little obnoxious, but I was just gonna say, I feel like the ingots will be used for a craft. It could be. I mean, it just makes sense, but then again, I feel like we do have some things on Veve that they look like they could do something, but it just doesn't, or maybe just not yet. I don't know what those things are, but if you guys have any examples, like, let me know. You have a 74 Mando comics. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a nice mint. Is that like a unique year? Because the first one wasn't until 77. But it is a low mint, and I do like it. I also need to find a way to start offloading some of these Planet Death comics. You know, someone's still undercutting me on the... Oh, I remember I just delisted mine. That's what it was. I did have mine listed, and I delisted it, and now the floor is down to like 84. Picking commons off, $1. Yeah, that's what I need to do. That's probably a decent thing you could do, is just kind of keep picking up these like cheap Mando comics. I mean, whales are just minting, right, constantly, and so there could be some that do want to floor a few for $1 or $2 and be able to keep pulling that lever. Let's see what's going on in the comic world. Just gonna look at the floor prices stuff. I do think comics and crypto increased this bounty. Let me look it up over here first so I don't do something stupid. Let's see. Okay, they did. They just asked if they should, but they didn't. So there is a bounty for this comic, I guess. I don't know. I didn't even notice this. So there's a bounty for this one. Avengers 43, mint 1967. That's the year that it came out. How many of these are left? Is this really the one we chase after? Ooh, this one's... Let's look up this one on Stacker, Avengers 43. Because part of me is like, all right, I'm not going to pull the lever on this a bunch of times if the... oh, it's going to be... We're going to have to check across all rarities, huh? Because with comics, the rarity could be across any... Or the mint number could be across any rarity. So I think we have to... I think we have to go through each of these and type in 1967, right? Don't we? What was the year? Okay, 1967. I feel like I might be doing this wrong, but I feel like I should just copy the Avengers 47 part. Or 43? There we go. All right, I'm just going to do that. All right, so we looked at the common. Still nothing. Rare. I doubt it's been open. I feel like Comics and Crypto might have claimed it or said so by now if they did claim it. Analytics. $1967. Or it's not there either. It's probably not in the SR either, but we might as well check. This is kind of how I would just scour the market. Like, I'm not on the market a whole lot, but when I do, I just scour it like this all the time. Or at least, I mean, you guys are giving me the ideas. No, it hasn't been opened yet. And there is... How many comics left? I have to put up my... I'm sure there's a way on Stacker, but I think it might be weird with comics, the way it adds up on Stacker. So 408. All right, there's a total of 992 left. Okay, so just under half. And then how many, why is this one 10 gems? All right, times 10. All right. Okay, so there's about 9,000, I mean, almost $10,000 left in order to like fully mint this comic, right? Maybe you get lucky beforehand and you get it, but because this comic will burn 30 days after. What's the last date? The 29th. So in about 10 days, this will burn. 10, 11 days, whatever it is, will burn, and then that bounty will just be gone forever, assuming no one opens it. So that's interesting. It just seems like 10 gems is a bit much. I know it's super scarce, but... Ingots plus rare Grogu equals Grogu and his chainmail. Probably a stretch, but would be cool. That is true. That would be really cool. And if they did that for the SR, prices would skyrocket. I doubt they would, but you never know. No, 74 comics in total. Oh, there you go. I thought you said you had like mint 74. That's my bad. I just completely misread that. Dude, congrats. That's a lot. I might need to start stacking some cheap stuff. I've kind of gotten to the point now where I either want to stack like really cheap stuff that I know is going to do well in the future, or just the high-end stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen me, but I have been flooring quite a few things just to, you know, get rid of it. I've kind of gotten to the realization that most things are already down 95+% and... You know, why are you still like an all-time low? It's like, well, the thing I'm trying to buy is also at an all-time low too. I'm just trying to in my mind, trying to shift my gems in a way that's going to be profitable and then allow me to keep collecting the things I want, because as Veve keeps releasing IPs and new characters and stuff, like I'm going to be like, I like this. I realize I like this character, but I love this new one coming out, whether it's Grogu or, you know, whatever it is. Because I'm willing to bet there's a lot of people with like Obi-Wan and Luke and all these like characters, right? But when Emperor comes out or another character and they're like, oh, I really like that one, then they're going to sell off like the other ones, right, to just get liquidity. A lot of it is just a means to just get liquidity to buy what I really like, right, or collect. So picked up 40 Mando comics in the store and never once got an SR. Worst move I've made so far on Veve. Now I'm buying them up for $1. Ugh, not doing that. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say, because I remember saying this on the drop that the Mando comic, I think it's literally a 1 in 42 chance to get the comic. I think it even just mentions it here, right? Yep, or 46 chance. Oh, does this adjust? Ooh, I didn't know that. Did you guys know this? It's kind of hard to see, but these numbers will actually adjust. Because I know before, I could have sworn this said like a 1 in 2% chance or something, and this was like a 1 in 42 or something like that. But now it says 1 in 46. So I don't know if the numbers adjust. Just go for 6 more, yeah. Statistically, I mean, yeah, the statistics would say, oh yeah, just buy 6 more and then you would make it. But it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes you need to buy 55 and now you have 1. But then if you buy 10 more and then you get a second, that's how it was for me with Planet Death. I'm actually really glad I went for that drop, because it did kind of teach me at least the drop system, or just whatever it was. Because I think the Planet Death drop, yeah, like my first 20 clicks, I ended up getting, I don't know, it was like 15 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 ultra rare, and like 2 rares. That was it. I was just like, dude, I'm not gonna get a secret rare. Like, what's going on? And I was just getting trolled with, but I just kept clicking the button and eventually I got one. I'm not encouraging gambling or anything like that. I'm just showing you the stats. But I think stacking commons, I mean, you could just get 100, you could just get 80 more comics though for the same price. So it's up to you. I gotta. Okay, this is something different. Okay, Anakin going. I don't know if he's gone up or down a little bit, but he's at 20 right now. Let's kind of want to do a. Let's say do a game, but are the floor prices on these accurate? I do this pod racer. Pod race? Not racer. I don't think it's on here yet. Oh, it's because I have it on comics. That's why. Okay, all. Okay, pod race. Okay, the prices on these seem pretty accurate. So let's crunch the numbers here. Let's assume worst case scenario. Let's say you mint 3. And you get Sobulba's Pod Racer 3 times. I accidentally opened up another thingy. I mean, obviously you're going to be in the red, right? But I'm kind of curious by how much. It's 39. And then you do get the 2 bases, which is going for 2. Let's just call it 2. And then where's the arena? The arena is going for 20 right now. Let's just call it 18 or 19. 63, okay. And if you get 1 Anakin, that's a plus 7. Yeah, pretty much like I said before, you really need to land Anakin's and Ben Quadranaro's to like kind of make it out alive on this craft, or at least to be profitable. Because if you get the Sebulba Racer, I even added the gems between like the Racer and the base and the Arena, and just assuming you just sold it all for a profit. I mean, that would only get you to like 63 gems, and that doesn't include the 8.5% fee that they take off. So if you are going for the Arena, you kind of have to hope you either get an Anakin and a Ben, or if you do get one of these guys, you really need to get at least one Ben to kind of make a little bit of your money back. That way, even if you get 2 Sebulbas on the other side, you kind of break even. But if you land a pit droid, though, I'm gonna try to make a petition to make this a Grail. I always thought these guys were pretty funny. It's unfortunate he's not animated, or if you press a little button, he shrinks into his little disc form like he does in the movies. More giveaway stuff. That's cool. All right. Anything else you guys want me to cover, like look at? I really don't have a plan jumping on here. I'm just gonna look at the market, keep track of the bounties. Actually, I did want to look up one thing. I'll show you guys. Let me close these. If you guys haven't watched, I have to go down more. Yeah, I think I have to go down more. I forgot the name of that bot. That always tells me when there's like a sale on because there was a lot of sales last night, like the bat cows. I don't know if you guys pay attention to bat cows at all, but there's a certain bot that I use that usually tells me when there's like a new cow sold or something. I might have to scroll down for a little. And if I forgot the name of the bot that oh yeah, there it is. DC NFT feed. I know you guys might not follow Candy or any of that stuff super closely, but I think it's good to look at occasionally because, again, it's comics, first appearances, all that stuff. But it's also kind of like, it's like a general health check, I think, of like the NFT and digital collectible market. Like this one, wow, that's actually a really cool one to sell for 175. That's a cool looking helmet to sell for 175. That was 13 hours. But I woke up this morning, there was like 9 or 10 sales of these. It almost looked like someone just swept the floor on all these. Like there was a lot of sales that all happened exactly 14, 15 hours ago. This one looks pretty cool with the green. I like this one too. Yeah, there's some cool looking cows on the floor. I don't know if that was... I almost feel like this was on purpose too from... Yeah. It's all going to the same person. Yeah, all these sales went to the same person. It says 2 C5E going, or from 1 F5 to C5E. So I was going to say, there's got to be some sort of like, not inside deal, but they probably just talked offline, right, about a trade. Or, hey, if you list all these for 150, I'll buy them plus Venmo or whatever the deal is, so... Or maybe it's just the sale like this, who knows? But it seems a little strange that it was the same person that did all the trades. Or maybe one person did put everything on the floor and someone bought them up. Maybe it's not that deep. But where are the cows out right now? Product type. Collection. DC, and they really need to clean up this like filters page. It should not be this long to just like look up something. It's like... The Batman. I know Bat Cows is right there. All right. Do floor price. Where is it? Price low to high. Yeah, this cow is 160. Okay, floor price for cows for a while was gosh, I remember weren't cows like less than 100 3-4 months ago? Now they're at 160. And it does jump up pretty quickly. After these 3 sales, it already jumps up to 200. I think 200 is kind of like the new floor at that point because there's actually quite a few listings. I do have 1 cow. I might end up getting a second at some point. And then same thing with the, what's on the this page. It also tells you not just back cows, but also tells you comics too. Let's see if I go down fast enough. Yeah, it tells you about, at least like if someone buys, I don't know why it's like telling me about a rare comic that got sold. I don't know if there's like a price threshold that triggers this bot, or if it has to be a secret rare or something. Obviously not. Like this one is just talking about like an $11 rare that got sold. Maybe it's because it's a low mint number, edition 7 or number 8. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's because it's a low mint and someone bought it. Mint 88. No, it's a high price. It's a low mint. So maybe if it's a high price or a low mint, it'll post it. But yeah, I'm not really sure what triggers this. I mostly do it for the bat cows. Waiting for the Action Comics Superman FA comic announcement on Candy. Yeah, that will be huge. If that's the case. And I do think some people will FOMO and potentially buy a cow in order to get like priority waitlist, right, for that. Even though I think it's only 10%, right? So it could easily sell out before you even get a chance to buy it. But I mean, some people do. I mean, it always has that utility. Like if you have a cow, you can go first. So I think that's another thing that it is an actionable digital collectible that gives you utility, like on every single drop, whether you want to use it or not. Picked up a cow for 85 2 months ago. Yeah, okay, even shorter than that. I knew it was super recent. I'm like within the last like 3 months or something like that. I'm like, I remember those being like under 100. So, I mean, the fact that cows have already almost doubled in price. Veve just has so much stuff across so many different IPs, and there's just not enough people and money on the platform yet. Yeah, I really like some of these like variant covers too. Close that. Yeah, no one's really minting these. Yeah, because this drop was a few weeks ago. Wow, as of 2 weeks ago, nobody's minted. Everyone's just bought up off the market. All right, I guess there's been, okay, maybe there's a couple of people that bought the drop. 1, 2, so there's 2 from the drop. But since then, the last 2 weeks, 3 people have bought from the store. But it's been just mostly market sales. So yeah, unless there's like a big push, or unless comics and crypto like really amp up that bounty, this comic might just get burned. I mean, it will get burned. It's just like maybe that unique mint number gets burned unless Veve withholds it. That was the other thing I was kind of wondering too. I'm gonna just actually close this. Let's go to the home page here, but. Candy charging $20 for this upcoming Superman comic is insane. I officially went for the last drop and landed 2 commons. All these companies need to add a way to burn commons to get something else. Yeah, at some point. I mean, that's the thing. I think that's how these companies like learn and grow, right? Like the frustration of going for something and not making it, and it's always random and stuff like that. I think part of it is just like, again, if you just look at the math. I remember telling people on my stream before the Mando drop even happened. I told people, I'm like, if you're trying to go for the SR, I'm like, expect to buy like 45 to 55 comics, like minimum, if you want to land an SR, like statistically, right? That's just like how the math works. So I agree. There should be something that should be burned and stuff like that. But I think also like going into it, unless they preemptively already announced a burn, or if there isn't, yeah, I think you have to kind of go into it with like Pokemon packs. It's like, all right, I'm going to open this. Odds are it's probably something terrible, right? It's like seven of the cards are all going to be less than 5 cents. And then the one card I got that's decent is like $1. You have to open a lot in order to get the SR or something good. So I feel your frustration. But that's why if it's too much, I just don't go for it. Or I just wait in the secondary market and buy it. Yeah, because I don't think Candy's ever done a burn or anything like that, right? Not to my knowledge. Veve's done it. And they should add more burn mechanisms. They did it with the collectibles. I don't know if they've done it with comics yet. They haven't done a comic burn. I don't think anyone's done a comic burn other than just like what naturally happens after 30 days, right? That's the advantage digital offers over physical collecting, the ability to gamify. Exactly. So I agree. There should be more to it. I know in video games, they typically have something called like, it's like a bad luck kind of like curve or something like that. It's one of those things where it's like, if you try to do something, especially in like crafting, like some MMOs have like a crafting mechanic. I'm trying to remember what the actual term is, but it's like, usually there's like a degree of failure and you just get nothing out of it. But each time you fail, you actually get closer. So the first 10 times you do something, you have a, let's say a 5% success chance. And then after you do it, the 11th time, you should have like a 55% chance. And then on your 12th time, it's like 60, then 70. Like it'll keep going up. I don't know if I like that mechanic, because at that point, it's just you just pump money to the app, and then eventually you'll just get lucky. I mean, technically it's true, but I think having something that's oh my gosh, I can't remember the term, but drop announcement. Okay, they announced the drop. Of course. Did Veve announce a drop that I completely missed? Dropping out. Okay, yeah, I was ahead of that. I guess I saw the thing before they announced it. Yeah, this is the... All right, it's not a Star Wars drop. It's a different drop. Yeah, it's like a Korean artist and the factory. Yeah, these are cool. We looked at this earlier. Yeah, I just don't know enough. I really hope Veve puts out a video or something that kind of talks about this, like independent artists, what's so special about them, how did the partnership go, you know, is there any utility with these, that kind of stuff, because, you know, releasing this in like the heart of Star Wars month is a little rough. And I do like independent artists, but sometimes when there's so many good things on the app, already on the platform already, it's kind of hard to, especially since gems are king on Veve, to be honest. I mean, that's how it is in real life too. Oh, sorry. No, you're right, because I was looking at the article earlier. I'm like, what is this hazard drop? I looked on their page and it wasn't there. So that's interesting how they kind of like announced this like during my stream, because at the very beginning of the stream I was like, dude, what are these? So it's kind of cool they announced it now. I mean, if I had to go for one, or if I had to pick my favorite, I do like I think it was like the secret rare, like the ultra rare. That would have looked really cool. Pod race. Okay, we'll close that. All right, what do we got now? Let me close these. You guys going for anything else in the market right now? I would also keep an eye. Also, when some of these drops are happening, I do end up looking at the market. I know everyone's like flooring or trying to sell pod racers and stuff like that, but usually I'll go on the market and refresh the page and find some decent deals. What was it? I think I did find a T-Rex the other day for like $250 or something like that, so I ended up buying that. Or a few other collectibles. Yeah, dude, a lot of people just like this one. I think it's because I think this is like a meme pod racer. Because it just blows up in the beginning, it doesn't do anything. So that's the only reason I can think of why this ultra rare is pretty much twice as expensive as the other ultra rare. It's the only reason I can think of. Cool. Yep. As of right now, I have a little healthy stack of gems. I'm still selling stuff off. Are you guys going for the X-Men comic tomorrow? I'll I'll probably go for a few. I know this one is pretty scarce at 5,000 mints, but I do think some people are going to overlook this and be caught up with Star Wars and others and buy another stuff, especially if they do this comic drop and then later tomorrow they announce like another Star Wars thing or whatever. I feel like they just have to, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Grogu and Mando and all that stuff. And in a weird way, I kind of hope they don't announce Yoda because I feel like that would steal a lot of thunder and, quite honestly, liquidity away from Grogu, potentially. But at the same time, I think we could do like Millennium Falcon or something else cool or like a vehicle. We haven't gotten like a vehicle yet, have we? I feel like it just makes sense. We've gotten characters. We've gotten helmets. We've gotten a lot of stormtroopers, a lot of helmets. We've gotten Mando. Those have been pretty much the highlights. I mean, the inside of the helmet part's super cool. What am I saying? We just got pod racers, but so I guess technically we did get a vehicle. Keep an eye out for good mints on SR Mando collectible, super undervalued. Yeah, that's a good call. I do think if this month gets a little bit closer to ending and there's no new announcement about Star Wars, there's no surprise Yoda Yoda drop or anything like that, I do think people might start buying up Mando because what's he at right now? That's actually a really good call. There he is. Because what's his floor price right now? 61. He's already gone up a little bit. I think his all-time low was like 50, 55. Manda. Ooh, I might want to sell that comic. Actually, let me go back. Oh, I lost it. Okay, whatever. I thought I saw a comic that I might want to sell. Wow, 47 gems was his low. Felt like 50 was his low. I mean, it's close enough. 47, 50, 55, whatever. Yeah, so he's already going up a little bit in price. Let's see what comics are gonna pop out to us. Let's check out our old meme. Our favorite one. 20 gemmies. It's holding its value decently well. Avengers 8. Interesting how the rare is starting to get priced roughly the same as like the common and uncommon. I'm gonna miss these white background covers, right? Because does Veve still do those? Honestly, I haven't paid too close attention to some of the... Oh, did I get... Okay, for a second I thought I got rid of it. Comments. Okay, decent other comics still have the white background. I feel like I've just been seeing it less and less often. Maybe because we have less comics dropping, and it's just mostly Veve comics taking a bunch of stuff. Man, what's up with some of these SR covers? Dude, some of these covers are pretty cool, I will say. At least some of the art. I do like that cover a lot. That's one thing I like about Veve. Sometimes I'll just like randomly look at stuff in the market or on their page. I'm just like, dude, I didn't even know this cover existed or this collectible. I haven't thought about it in a long time. But all right, we'll do one more check on the bounties, and then after that, probably call. I wanted to do just mostly a short stream. I didn't want to have it go too long. We're already going for almost an hour and a half now. Cross section. And isn't. Yep, still no 1977. No one's minted 777 yet either. All right, one person did get 666. 19, is it 83? That's the other year it came out, right? Anyone get 69 yet? Nope, no one's gotten 69 yet. Yeah, I think there's still quite a few kind of like interesting mint numbers left for the Stormtrooper. There's at least like 6 or 7 that people would pay, including like 69 if we're all those kind of like silly ones. I do think there are still a handful of mint numbers. Actually, this one's already bought. Someone already found that one. There's already a handful I think that people are willing to pay easily a premium for. And yeah, I mean, half the helmets are burned as of now. And so that way there's still about probably 30 grand that needs to get pumped into the helmet in order to like get all the mint numbers and stuff, or at least to mint out the whole thing. But wasn't there another bounty on something else other than the helmet? We already looked at it. That's what was the comic for Comics and Crypto. And that's what it was. Let's see. Yeah, I believe that was it. I'll close this. See if there's anything else that they haven't announced yet. All right, maybe not. Cool. Yeah, I mean, tomorrow I'm going to go for the comic, buy a few. Looks like Star Wars is essentially done, but I do think Veve might have one more thing up their sleeve when it comes to Star Wars related, whether it's the Beskar ingots or Yoda or an airdrop or whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but I feel like something's up their sleeve. And if they don't, that's fine. But I would just kind of keep your alerts ready, you know, keep an eye on Veve. Of course, they did some while I was on stream, so I didn't notice, but okay, let's get rid of that, whatever. But cool. Well, I appreciate you guys stopping by, unless you have something else. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck on the market. Keep an eye on like the mint numbers and stuff like that. I think there's still a lot of good deals, like either $1 Mando comics, $3 interactive helmets. You can still get those pretty cheap because some people are still minting them, especially with the helmets. The fact that you can get like a third of your money back kind of right away, it means every 3 helmets you sell, 3, 4 you sell, you can kind of just mint another one to see if you get the good mint. I think the same thing goes with the comics too. Some people get the comic and they just floor it for $1 whatever, and same thing with the other comics. So at least you're getting $2 back from your 10, but it's just tough with the comics, especially since you have like a 1 in 46 chance of getting an SR, and that's really the thing that you're shooting for. Because if you land that, you get what's the floor price right now? Like $250 for both combined. I was just on the Veve page to. I guess I gotta go back. Yeah, the floor price on these is $120. I'll just call it $120. And then the comic is like $115, or I don't know, it's at $109. All right, looks like he just undercut. But yeah, I mean that's the thing too. So you get the SR, you mint twice. Now you have 200 coming back. So at least if you plan on flooring it and selling it right away. So, but. Good deals right now. Need more. Exactly. That's what I mean. It's just that's what I'm trying to really reorganize my collection now. And yeah, should I have done it 6 months, 2 years ago, 4 years ago? Probably. But what I can do now is just like sell the stuff I kind of like and really try to go for things that are either I love and or I feel like are going to be much more profitable if this whole Veve thing goes parabolic. So. I'm calling it own Mando set and get Darksaber airdrop. That means I should buy my. I'm gonna do it now on stream before I forget, because I do have I have everything but the Mando. Because this is the. Yeah, I'm only missing the uncommon Mando or the rare Mando. I have the SR Mando Grogu. Only the rare Grogu. Oh, I sold the armor too. I forgot. I could rebuy her. I think I sold her for 12. What's she going for? I think I sold her for like 12 or 13. Where's she at now? Oof. Much higher now. I thought this thing was just going to keep getting undercut, to be honest. But I guess there are so few of these. We'll see. I might do another armor. I mean, armor might not be bad. Like, if this price keeps going up, it might be worth it to get the armor, and then you get the Beskar and get. Now you can sell that too, potentially for maybe not even a profit, maybe a small loss. But if you know, sometimes if you click the button enough, you get a special mint and you can make your money back. But anyway, now we're getting into speculation, all kinds of stuff. But thanks everyone for stopping by. Hope you take care, and double and triple check all of your listings. All right.